Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Jumpcast. You're joining us today on, I believe we said episode 42. Yes, episode 42. Of course, I am Max, and I am joined by my two hosts, Max and Nick.
Hello.
Hello.
But we are joined on a fine Sunday this week. Gojo, he beat the allegations, and he is the strongest.
He is that guy.
He is that guy. I've been saying it the past 2 months. But it's good to know that
We said 2 episodes that he was gonna die on this chapter.
Oh, dude, it's fine. It's good to know I'm always right. So, not to toot my own horn, but yeah, I'll pass it off to you, Nick, so you can do a little recap for us.
Sounds good. So, we begin this chapter off with, first off, a pretty sick panel of Gojo and Sukuna walking on the set of a building. And this is a heavily narrated chapter going off of, basically saying that after those two black flashes, Gojo has his voltage, at least said in the official translations, has went up, or his intensity, while Sukuna, for the first time in 1,000 years, has felt uneasy during a fight. So right after those two black flashes, we see a third black flash and a fourth go off, with Mahoraga tanking both of them. Both, the first time because he was standing in front of Sukuna, and then the second one to cover up so that Sukuna wouldn't take that second one. Then Gojo starts chanting. It seems like he made some... I think that they said it earlier with like unofficial translations that he made some form of a binding vow to make his blue and red stronger through these chants. The narrator talks about how there's like, you can tell that there's that a sorcerer is going to activate their technique by like this occurrence of cursed energy. Sukuna is like, all right, he's not going to throw out purple, he's going to throw out red. And Sukuna is right, but he wasn't right about where he was aiming it at. So Gojo throws it up into the air. Sukuna realizes like, oh no, this is not good. Throws Mahoraga up to try to adapt to red. Realizes as Mahoraga bursts out of the building that Gojo's plan was to merge blue and red up in the air, instead of like shooting out a hollow purple. And then we see the events of Mahoraga tries to get rid of blue because he's already adapted to it. Gojo's faster, and then he knocks Mahoraga back. Sukuna shoots piercing blood, or with his max elephant thing, to try to activate red beforehand. Gojo then amplifies blue to absorb the hit because it's like a black hole and everything, right? Then Yuta says, you're right, I am a hindrance. If I were to be there, Gojo wouldn't have been able to pull this off. And he throws out a hollow purple that destroys basically the entire city. And we see along with that, the ring from Mahoraga is destroyed. Sukuna is badly damaged, and Gojo's fine because since he landed the black flashes, he is Jay chillin', and he can heal himself faster. So yeah, we end off on Gojo winning. Kusakabe said straight up, Gojo won.
So good to see. So happy to finally see it happening.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know we sometimes talk about like the difference of fan translations. I know Nick has seen the Max. Had you seen someone altered it so when he's chanting right before the black flash, someone edited the text or the hollow purple, pardon. Instead of like saying the chant for it, he's like, the only reason Sukuna you were called the strongest, and then it's like that panel with like Sukuna, Gojo, and Mahoraga, and he's like, it's because I wasn't born yet.
Oh wait, what? Wait, hold on.
So it's like a fan. When he's 9 ropes, polarizing light, everything like that. He's just like, I think you have. If in case you haven't realized it yet, the only reason why you were considered the strongest was because I wasn't born yet. and that's when the hollow purple goes off. Yeah, it's kind of. I guess it can be hard to visualize it.
We'll
send
find
to
it,
you
put on Twitter or
afterwards.
something, so everyone who hasn't seen it can see it after this. But
It
I-
looks sick.
it looks sick, and when I saw the leaks, I thought that was the actual translation, and I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be so cool. And I'm like, still cool, but you know, I don't know. Is there anything you guys wanted to bring up first?
Nick?
I can't think of anything right now. No,
Oh.
I can't think of anything.
Okay, I mean, well, first of all, I'm very happy that we're finally reaching the end of this fight. Like, this is the culmination of it. This isn't something that I think we should talk about immediately, but definitely, I think... Oh, man, this has been a great fight, and the fact that Gojo's throwing out so many black flashes is amazing, but I am a little worried that there's still going to be some kind of annoying trump card that Sukuna's going to whip out next chapter. I really hope that's not the case, and I really hope that Gege does just leave this as Gojo winning, because I feel like we might end up seeing a more compelling drive in the story if Gojo does in fact finish winning this fight.
That what is it? I guess we should just jump straight into it with that. I think that Sukuna's not done. Like, what is it? They even pointed out like last chapter, just like Sukuna has more up his sleeve. Like, he's trying not to show all of his cards right now because of this whole situation. So it has to do with Yorozu's gift. That's like the only thing that I can think that could actually save him. And it's probably him somewhere in the shadow that he has.
Right.
But yeah, I think a big consensus from the internet is like, oh my god, Gojo won. I'm so happy. And I'm so sad that he's going to die for some reason in 2 weeks from now when the next chapter comes out. I really feel like he is going to be a goner. And I think a lot of people are pointing towards Kina Poison. That's what he's always been called. So maybe he poisoned
Something with that.
like, yeah, and since he has like slowed healing, but maybe he doesn't now. That's my best bet on what that could be.
On page 19, there's the panel of Sukuna like missing part of his hand. He's like super messed up. I don't know. To me, it kind of looks like he's grinning a little bit there. Like he's like we talked about. He isn't fully shown off.
He's
everything.
Not disappointed.
He's yeah.
As we would expect him to be.
He's like, okay, Gojo's landed what, like 3 or 4, I don't even know, 5 black flashes. I think 3 or 4.
I think it's 4.
It's 4 black flashes, 3 in a row or whatever. But yeah. So I think Sukuna, of course, Yorozu's gift. We keep talking about it every week. Whatever that is, it's I think very, very likely. I'm putting percentage-wise at least 90% that it's coming out next week, that we get to see it.
Yeah.
I kind of think it would be cool if it was just the perfect sphere, and that was kind of
I agree.
trump card that's able to somehow beat Gojo, because Maharaga's gone.
Yeah.
What is that, like 2 or 3 other Shikigami are gone, so
majority. I think that, what is it? It's so sad Nue's actually gone now.
yeah.
It's only like the wolf frog, Max Elephant. I'm trying to think of what else off the top of my head.
The bull, I think.
The what? Oh yeah,
The bull. But Maharaga's gone. This new therapy lion or whatever, tiger, whatever it was, is gone as well. So
Tiger, yeah.
yeah, so
No.
it's gonna. Did we mention rabbit? I guess rabbit escape, but
Rabbit escape. I was just
no one
thinking,
cares
like,
about
oh, wow,
rabbit
he
escape.
could just like flood the field with that. Just like, all right, peace out, brother.
Yeah,
Rabbit escapes out of there and just goes to Kenjaku like, hey, I lost.
we could get another like Mahito. Do you want me to save you moment? He just does that with Sukuna again.
Yeah.
But I heard some people talking. They're like, "Oh, Megumi's coming back." I'm like, "No, that man is a vegetable. His brain is gone.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even think Shoko's healing with reverse
I'm
curse technique could
holding
save
out.
him.
Oh.
You're holding out. I
Yeah.
don't think personally don't think there's any way.
Do you mean just like why do you
I
say that specifically?
Personally, I think the damage that's been done to Megumi's body and, like, I guess brain in this fight is just too irreversible, and just as a character, like, mentally, he's destroyed. He's gone. Personally, I think it would really take a lot for him to come back. I mean, maybe we could see if Gojo does lose, that could be Megumi's motivation to kind of figure out, and that's how he taps into his core of cursed energy. I think that would be okay. I'm gonna cook for a second. I'm going back on saying Megumi's done. Next chapter, Gojo dies, because I just thought of something. Next chapter, we see Gojo die. However, that is a perfect circle. Whatever. Then Megumi is witnessing this somehow. He's noticing Gojo. This is the father figure die. And this is like his motivation. This is how he taps into the core of the cursed energy. Whatever, heals his mind, mentally unfucks himself or whatever. And we see him do an we had Yuji and Sukuna do this internal fight in like an innate domain. What if we see that again, but it's a domain clash between Sukuna with Malevolent Shrine and Chimera Shadow Garden, and Megumi using it.
That'd be interesting.
I think that'd be fun. I definitely don't think that Megumi's out for the count, just because like for how good Infinite Void is, the two people that got hit with like the full brunt of it have been Megumi and Jogo. And Jogo survived, and I know that he's like a cursed spirit and everything, but like he got the whole treatment. He got the whole I know everything. And like the other like 0.2 domain expansion, all of the other cursed spirits, like it lasted like 5 minutes. I think that that's how long it lasted with like the after effect of it, and I think that Megumi's body was in there for that long. I think it was like less than a second. I forgot. I have to go look back. That's actually what I'm gonna do right now to see like when Maharaga came back out. But like, yeah, Perfect Sphere is gonna come out, just gonna destroy Gojo. He's gonna get Toji'd for some reason. He won't be able to heal back, and then everyone's gonna like Pog champ phase. Well, Kenjaku will in Urarame and be like, oh my god! And everyone else will like have their jaw drop, and then Yuta's like, I don't want to go out there. I don't want to go out there. No.
I forgot to say at the beginning, I have a cold or something, and so I've been sniffling. So if you hear sniffling, I apologize for that to the audience. I've been trying to, every time I need to, I've been trying to mute up. But, you know, I would like to see Yuta. I want to see Yuta, Maki, and Hikari fight Sukuna, but they're screwed. That's why I'm like, just let them go now. Go have them go start fighting Kenjaku, so they don't have to worry about Sukuna right now. We can let Yuji or whoever, Kashimo, whoever's next, go at it.
It was less than 10 seconds. Sorry.
Less than 10 seconds. Okay.
I think it'd still be fun to see Kashimo go after it. I mean, the fact that he is still there and prevalent means that he does have to do something.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't feel like Gege would have just forgotten him.
Well, I think especially with like his little speech and statement last chapter, he has a big, not maybe the most important, but he does have a part to play in this series going forward. I'm excited. I would really hope to see where it goes, because it could be really interesting what he does for the ending of the series. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm curious
how.
how.
Yeah, there's also the bit that. Oh, sorry.
No, go Nick.
What is it? The last other thing, which I know is going to be annoying, and like I talked about this with one of my coworkers, and they said like, "Oh my god, I hate that you reminded me of this." Is that Urarame the Ice Lady is definitely watching this whole fight, and is not gonna let Sukuna die like this.
Right.
Like, that's not gonna happen.
Oh.
Something will happen with either the Ice Lady or the Perfect Sphere with Yorozu's gift.
Cause
Anyways,
she wasn't hanging out with Kenjaku, was she?
she was not, from what
Last
I know.
we shot,
Yeah,
he's still alone playing on his NES.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think I'm just gonna go back, but I remember that Sukuna was talking to Urarame right before he got hit with the 200% hollow purple.
Right. Who was Kenjaku by himself? I can't remember. Didn't he have someone with him?
I
Yeah, that
think that maybe
Kogani.
he
Last I
Kogane
remember.
or God, I need to remember this. Yeah, okay, so Urarame was with Sukuna, and then I feel like Kenjaku talked to Urarame also right before the fight, explaining that like the best bet after this is the other three popping out
Mm-hmm.
and giving their 2 cents.
You know, I would want to see Rame live, but it'd also be kind of funny if she just got annihilated in that 200% purple hollow. Just Gege forgot, and he's like, yeah, her. Oh, she's dead. Because he forgot to draw her in, surviving or something. But no, I want to see her live. I want to see her do something else for the series because her technique is kind of sick.
It's terrifying.
Yeah, well, especially it's like when we saw how she would like freeze and like thaw out cursed spirits to give Sukuna like the bath of he needed.
Mm-hmm.
I want kind of more information on, I guess, the creativity of how she uses her technique because that's really interesting.
Yeah.
I like when characters in the series don't only use their techniques and for like battle and stuff. I like that's I guess one of my favorite aspects. But I want to see more of something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I just need to go back and read that chapter. So maybe they talked about it fully. I don't remember. Because again, that was like what 3-4 months ago at this point. So
Yeah, something
who
like that.
knows?
Yeah. What is it? Kenjaku was with Urarame and Sukuna right before the fight.
That's what I thought.
And the last things that he said is that like if Gojo loses, the rest of Jujutsu High is going to be focused on Sukuna instead of him. So he said, which will leave me free to do as I please. And he said bye. So he probably didn't watch the fight, and he probably just went off.
Yeah, actually, he might be doing his next step of his plan, whatever it is.
Yeah, having fun.
Mm-hmm.
Making a little Tengu face out of the Japanese population.
That'd be kind of funny. I mean, a good portion of the city's gone now, so.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just like a big like real estate mogul, and he just was getting Gojo and Sukuna to like clear out the city for him, so he could just like start developing it.
Yeah, that's why he didn't kill Mei Mei actually, because she got him in on it.
Yeah, that's actually how they're working together. It's not she's
Yeah.
siding with Kenjaku because she believes in his cause, or I guess believes in his cause, but not the cause. The rest of the cast thinks she's just trying to, just chasing that bag of the real estate
I think that's
development.
another thing that we need to remember as well is the fact that like so many things happen in Shibuya and it's too hard to take care of all of it, but like the fact that Mei Mei is still helping out Jujutsu High even after encountering Kenjaku, like some shit happened
Mm-hmm.
that we don't know and it could still fall back.
Mhm.
Yeah, it really could become an issue soon. I'm curious the aftermath of this battle, exactly how it's going to play into the relationship Jujutsu High has with the rest of Japan. Like, obviously,
Because they've been outed.
right, they've been outed, people know about them, they know they exist. Additionally, Gojo just destroyed a good portion of a city. I mean, what may end up happening is Kenjaku like wanted this to happen so that he could destabilize Jujutsu High's, I guess, power hold, and therefore removing their legitimacy makes them unable to organize properly, and that could potentially be an issue.
What is it? I know the other thing though is that like the whole thing with Tengen is that he was keeping all of the cursed spirits and everything in Japan. That was his whole big plan, because that's where like most Jujutsu sorcerers are born. And he got rid of that barrier. So he is trying to do something on like a global standpoint. So I'm wondering what that could be too. I have to think about it.
Because he's still, I mean, Kenjaku very clearly stated that he's just kind of doing this for fun. It's not like he's sticking with, great, I'm forgetting everyone's name again. The body he's inhabiting, what's his name? Ghetto, thank you. He's, it's not like he's necessarily following through on Ghetto's plan of trying to force evolution. Like, I mean, what's it? Is it just gonna be another Joker thing, or it's just I'm murdering everyone for shits and giggles? You know. I'd like to think it won't be that simple.
I feel like it could be something like that.
Yeah.
Just something wacky. Who knows? I with like the new season that came out, I'm just trying to think of everything. There could be a good chance that Kenjaku was the one that started the Star Vessel Association, like the one that made all the money that they gave to Toji to kill Rico.
Oh, like even like, further back, Kenjaku's been doing everything.
Yeah, he's been planning everything like this. Because like we all say, like, man, the guy was like super lucky, and I mean he was with the fact of like having Ghetto be born, and having Ito be born at the right time. But like there's probably a really good chance that he set up all of that other stuff way back in the past for the shit now.
Right.
It's even more of like giving off Aizen vibes, you know. Because you know I theorize that Aizen's just kind of looking for someone on par with him, kind of whatever. But maybe Kenjaku, it's just that like mad scientist mentality of just like how much can I? Maybe it's just thinking how much can I get away with doing before seeing if there's a god of the Jujutsu Kaisen universe, how much can I get away with before if they're real, how much before they intervene, or something.
Well,
because
I'm trying to think. Oh, I'm sorry, I interrupted out.
No, you're good. You keep going.
Because like when he talked about it with Choso, I love that we're just going deep on like, all right, how is the rest of the series going? But when he talked to Choso, like I need to create chaos that not even I can control. So that even shows, that shows how ballsy is, number one, by the fact that like he is guaranteed weaker than Sukuna and Gojo, but he thought that they were manageable. And if it's something that he can't even manage, how is the rest of the world gonna take that? Like how is, like, if Gojo still survives and Sukuna still survives, how are they gonna manage in that like world of chaos that Kenjaku can't control?
Right. I guess maybe just like an ultimate return to chaos is really truly what Kenjaku is after.
Yeah. And I know that he also said like this is a return to the Heian era of like the strawn of sorcery. That was the weirdest thing that I ever said. The strongest age for Jujutsu.
I mean, that's kind of seems like since even Gojo's been saying since like the start of the series that this is a new age of sorcerers. Like the term special grade almost doesn't cut it anymore. So maybe that's also what Kenjaku's trying to bring into the light. Maybe I know, and probably not, but maybe he has some sort of I mean, we see his connection to Jujutsu, like society, but maybe he's just trying to show like, hey, like you need to like kind of the same mentality of Gojo is like we need to rethink what our perceptions are on strength and gradings of sorcerers or whatever. Maybe he's trying to also bring that to light in his own way. Especially with maybe we saw that like a founding titan looking silhouette thing forever ago. Maybe something with that, trying to just show that off and be like, hey, special grade, even Gojo special grade doesn't cut anymore. You guys need to like ramp up or something.
Boy.
Yeah.
There's that. I'm trying to think of what else. I'm just also remembering Yuji as a factor in all of this.
He's just in there now. Just
Yeah.
hanging out. I mean,
Jay chillin'.
Yeah, what's Yuji's? We always say what is Yuji's like part to play in all of this? Because I feel like even though we saw Kenjaku say, "Oh, Yuji wasn't supposed to make it this far," whatever. He's just a prison for Sukuna. I think there's still something. Yuji, especially being the main character, has some sort of deeper purpose.
yeah.
For the plot, and I think for Kenjaku's plan. But we'll never know. I mean, especially if maybe his technique was revealed right before this fight. Or basically, I should rephrase. Basically revealed with body swapping. So, what if something involving that? I doubt it's Kenjaku trying to make the perfect vessel, then swap with Yuji or whatever, then being able to take Yuji's body swapping technique and swapping bodies at a limb instead of needing to switch brains. I don't know. It's probably not that, but just some. I would like to know what Yuji's actual part to play. Maybe Kenjaku's been lying about him being a prison / vessel this whole time. That was like a side effect. He's like, oh, that's an afterthought. Maybe I'll do that as well with him. But this is what he's actually meant to do or something. I don't know.
I don't
There's
know.
some
We need to know more about Yuji's technique.
Yeah, we need to see him in like a fight again, which like I'm assuming we're gonna see soon because like now that this fight is over, this is like the final arc now that we're hitting.
So it's gonna be good to see though how we end it though, or how Gege does end.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's my brain can't take it. There's still so much to take on. I feel like there are other things I want to go over, but my brain can't process it because it's like Jujutsu Kaisen's ending.
Well, and it's like, especially this chapter, it's like I feel like I didn't write down any notes for this week to talk about just because this chapter was amazing, great chapter, but points of it just did feel there was a lot. It was very text heavy.
Yes.
In certain areas, which was great because it's a great explanation of how everything and how this fight played out. But there's just with the fight itself, it's Gojo's that guy, technically won. What's Sukuna gonna pull out in 2 weeks' time? But
Right.
I don't know.
The other thing I want to make a note of is this is something I always love when it's just the last second twist when one character finally actually goes whole hog, but like Gojo's little trick there to get Sukuna, like it's quite literally it feels like chess in a sense that Gojo set up Mahoraga to fail and baited him into a corner and then was just like, uh-oh, bye-bye, and eviscerated him. But just like it's cool to see Gojo finally go whole hog. Like truly, this like completely whipping the dick out, going ham, just doing everything possible to lay on the damage, and I fucking love that.
I agree. It's good to see like what Gojo Satoru can do. I mean, like you said, like playing chess with Mahoraga. We were thinking, oh no, Gojo made a mistake. What, like you said, what if he's been setting up Mahoraga from the start / Sukuna? Like,
I mean,
it's all
I feel
part
like
of
that's
the
a little.
plan.
I feel like that's a little too bold. Because the
yeah.
guy thought about for the first time in forever the thought of him actually losing. But it's the whole thing of like, it's that mental amp. It's the whole thing that Kashimo's on. It's just the fact of just like, I love the fight. I love that I'm being challenged, and because of that, I'm gonna supersede these expectations. Like,
Yeah.
it's the whole like even though that you're unkillable for a minute in like 22 seconds, I'll kill you anyways mentality.
Right.
Well, it's the same thing that like Hanami realized. I mean, we saw almost every disaster curse do it. Hanami and Mahito both do it. Of kind of just not just fighting to win, but just kind of enjoying yourself too. And I mean, Gojo is smiling at the end of the fight, at the end of this chapter, I should say, not the fight. But like, what's next? What's next to? What's Sukuna gonna do to wipe that grin away?
Yeah, I wonder.
I feel like there's gonna be severe disappointment in him pulling out like I'm betting it is the perfect sphere. Or maybe it'd be fun to have like the inverted spear of heaven, like some weird stuff. Like we know that the construction curse technique can make curse tools, but just like I'm disappointed that I had to pull this out, and then he just like pulls out the dagger, just pulls out the whole Toji bit again, just stabs the shit out of him.
Yeah.
And this time
It's
finishes
right in the
by
head this
cutting
time.
His,
Yeah.
off with it this time.
Oh my god, I want to see that so badly now. Although I guess he wouldn't have been able to hide it. That's the weird thing.
I
is
mean,
that,
especially
like-
now that like his shirt's been wrapped, like burnt off. Like I don't know. Oh wait, no, Nick, he can hide it. The shadows with the 10
Well,
shadows.
that's the thing, is that that's a technique, and that's that'd be an interesting thing to see how like it mixes together, like whether the technique could hide a curse technique canceling weapon.
Oh, I didn't even think about it. That was just like, oh, he can hide the weapon.
Yeah,
But
is that
like I said,
paradoxical?
Yeah, that's the whole thing, is that like if you're dropping it into like into the shadow then has to be negated.
Yeah, I wonder. Well, maybe then he has to make it instantaneous? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. It could just be the perfect sphere. And so then, just because of how the concept works, like he's gonna be like, I'm disappointed I had to use this. Boom.
Yeah.
Gojo is gone. And then
Yeah.
everyone is like, no, he let his guard down. I mean, like nothing would have helped in that situation either.
But them thinking it's because Gojo slipped up and let his guard down would be cool, even though it's nothing. I want to know. I want to see if it is the perfect sphere. I hope it's a one-time thing that Sukuna can bring out. It's not. Oh, next time I fight Eugene Kashimo, let me bring out the perfect sphere again. I really hope this is a one-time thing. Like
I think it will be.
I hope it will be, because like imagine like Yorozu gives Sukuna, like when she was giving him something, he gives her, or she gives him like a little bit of like the liquid metal that can turn into the perfect sphere or whatever. Just he has a limited quantity of it, so he had to. That's why he didn't just use it from the start, because he had to whittle down Gojo.
It's giving me like the Mechamaru bot vibes.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Like Mechamaru died. He could still like use the curse bots with like the remaining 9 years of energy. It's the same thing there. Just like it's a good one-time use. Like this is Yorozu's love to Sukuna to allow him to survive this one last fight.
Yeah.
They have a weird relationship.
They do. That is called Hayanera love for ya, I guess.
Low-key kind of toxic, but I mean, hey, if you're into it, pop off.
Yeah.
Float your boat. Yeah. Pop out. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we also didn't point out that this was like a first-time attempt. Like Gojo didn't even know if this would work, and he just said, "Hey, you know what? Let's just smash these two things together."
That's true.
And he was
Oh,
even
'cause
betting
he's
that
always
he may have
combined
died
with
from it.
himself, Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it also could have been, to me, a pretty decent ending to this fight. You know, if Gojo sacrificed himself using this like wide-range purple hollow, and this killed both him and Sukuna, because we get, you know, the moment of what we've talked about in the past of this fight ending with Maharaga dying. That's like Gojo's gift to the cast, so they don't have to deal with Maharaga. But a little icing on the cake, Sukuna's gone, / Megumi, which, I mean, especially what we talked about earlier with Megumi, maybe being able to work out his issues and come back, it wouldn't work, because Sukuna would just get
I mean, they're still
vaporized.
betting on that.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Maybe Gojo, his trump card. We saw him like jump up and hug Sukuna, but what if maybe the moment Megumi needs is Gojo just letting himself die, just sacrificing himself, and just walking up to Sukuna and just hugging him or something, saying like, "Hey, Megumi, I know you're like not. He doesn't have to."
I'm sorry. That feels like
vocalize it.
such a cop out.
No,
Though.
it
Like,
would
for
be.
real.
I'm just trying to just stir the pot. Think about what.
This
what
truly was our Jujutsu Kaisen. I get that you're just trying to throw something out, but it's just
Yeah.
like I don't know.
I don't. It's not like my favorite idea of what will happen, but I would prefer instead of this, Gojo's gonna die, and we get Megumi himself deciding that, hey, I need to fix this. I need to be the one to avenge Gojo instead of Gojo being like letting it happen. I don't want Gojo. I mean, isn't gonna go out without a fight, but that like last moment of him, like not going. I don't want to just accept his fate. I want him to try and fight till the end.
Yeah, I mean,
Gojo really is that guy.
man, bro's just that guy. It's fine.
He
It's
is.
okay.
He beat
He's
the
that
10
guy.
Shadows.
He beat the 10 Shadow. He's just that guy.
He did what no one else could do.
He alone is the honored one.
I feel like we need to be like NFL casters. Like the suits and be like, this is why he's the GOAT, the greatest of all time, like type deal.
He's the GOAT!
We need to pull up we need to have like a green screen with like stats or something going on behind us, like telling everyone why. I don't know, just college football's going on, so I got that meant. I've got that on my mind too, instead of just JJK now.
Exactly.
I don't know, but I don't know. It's there's so much that could happen, and I think our consensus here is just that we want to see that perfect sphere. I hate saying it. Gojo dying.
Yeah.
And the plot moving forward from there. Because it's also just, I mean, also the reason I love Gojo, but I don't want to admit he's gonna lose. But part of me is also like not wanting to admit it because we've had Gojo's been a constant in this series since the start. How is that dynamic gonna change now that he's not there?
Well, what is it? We know what it's like without him being there. Because there was also a lot of bets that when Gojo was in the box, he wasn't gonna come out of it.
Well,
or like
what I mean is not just like in universe. For like our perspective as a reader, Gojo has always been a constant in this series, even when he's in the box. That was their focus, getting Gojo out of the prison realm. How is us as readers, how is our perspective on the series going to change if Gojo's gone? Like,
permanently.
You know, I don't want to admit that they're still going to win somehow, but you know, there's always going to be that thing if Gojo's gone. I'm like, they're fucked. Like when they go against Kenjaku, Yuji and everyone, they're gonna die. Kenjaku's plan of optimizing cursed energy or whatever is gonna work out. I have no idea, but that's kind of just. I was just like, well, how is our outlook on this series gonna change once the honored one is out of the picture, permanently?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm honestly, I may be the outlier here, but I'm hyped. I'm hyped to see how it changes after this because, like.
Well, I don't mean like in a negative or positive way. I'm just like thinking like how is our outlook on the series overall gonna change?
Oh well, that's what I'm saying is that I'm hyped for it.
Okay.
I'm hyped to see the change of Gojo being gone because like if we're looking at it from like that still narrative perspective, it's just like they always have like they still could get Gojo out and then Gojo saves the day, but the fact that Gojo is gonna die is just like all right, well
that
you actually
we have to save the day
from all of these guys.
Like they'd be like the cast has to be the ones that say, "Oh, Gojo will do it. We have to do it."
Yeah, well, yeah, because you can actually see a lot of perspective change on that as well. Like Yuta is like gonna be the next one that has to step up to the plate. And I know that the series won't be going on for much longer, but just like imagine the fact of just like, oh man, he has to fill in the shoes of the strongest, and he's been hyped up to be the next Satoru Gojo. Like, how does he manage that? How does the stress get to him in that situation? And like everyone else. That's just a good example. We don't even know about Yuji. that also is a different thing in itself.
Right.
But yeah, I'm hyped. I'm hyped to see these people have to. Crap,
Do
what's
something.
the proper way? Yeah, to rise to the expectation.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I wonder how low.
And
Light-
I oh, sorry. I think that this is like a masterful way to like, because like we also said before, Megumi, before Sukuna used Megumi's technique, it's just like Gojo won. Gojo won. He's the strongest sorcerer, but he even doubled down on that perspective of just like, oh yeah, he is the strongest. This is the perfect way to give him that send off of just like he is the best.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Sorry, Drew's
Even
lagging.
after, them saying he was born, he changed. Even at like, they say he changed Jujutsu Society and stuff when he was born, and when he killed Toji. This is like the third time he's done it. It's gonna be, and I'm gonna love it to see.
Yeah.
Because like you said, it's the honestly the perfect send off for the honored one.
Mhm.
And I
Yeah.
think I've maybe mentioned it before. Maybe after Gojo dies, this kind of title of the honored one is not like above a special grade, but it's just a title passed down from like Jujutsu sorcerer to Jujutsu sorcerer. Doesn't mean they're the strongest. It just means something. Like maybe Yuji could get it, and he won't be the strongest at the end of the series, but he achieved mentally what you need to be to become the honored one. Or well, I don't know. I'm kind of just spitballing here, but
Yeah, maybe he'll meet that requirement. Whatever
I
it
think
is.
he will. Yeah, I'm
maybe
still betting on
Gojo's
Yuji
death
outliving
shows what that will
everyone. Yeah.
be. Yeah. It could be interesting. The theories I've seen of like Yuji just outliving everyone and just accidentally had a binding vow that he can't die unless there's people around him, and he's never had people close enough around him now that
Thanks,
the whole
Grandpa.
cast is dead. Yeah, his grandpa like accidentally cursed him, and now he's just this immoral guy going around killing curses for eternity. Who knows?
Yeah.
But I don't know. Do you guys have any more thoughts or anything?
Drees, you were about to say something.
I wonder how Lightning Boy is gonna react now that his big bad is gonna die.
It's like, I need to fight Gojo now. I need to fight Gojo now.
Yeah.
Or I think what it would actually be super fun is that like Sukuna pulls out Perfect Sphere, blasts Gojo, and then Kashimo realizes in that moment of just like, oh, this bastard that's been set up as like this pinnacle for me
Mhm.
is actually just a bastard. He's
He's
not
a
like this.
fucking fraud.
Exactly. It's just like the actual strongest. He had to win by being a little sneaky cheater, and so then Kashimo goes in with even more of just like, you're a fraud and I'm gonna get rid of you one way or another.
That's his mentality now. It's not because he's the strongest. That would be kind of sick.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to see Kashimo, that mindset change, and that's how Kashimo decides to be the one to avenge Gojo.
Yeah, yeah, purely from like that warrior like honor perspective.
Yeah. Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
We
Do you guys
shall
have any-
see.
Yeah. We shall. Yeah. I think
We shall see.
that's a good closing thought. I don't know. I don't know
Yeah.
if that's what we want to.
So our
Close on.
conclusion is that Gojo's gonna die, and
But he's
we
still
all
that
just
guy.
know it. Yeah, but he is that guy.
Yeah.
It's about time that Gojo dies. Everyone knows Gege hates him. Like, he's just been looking for an excuse to get rid of him.
Yeah.
And he's like, well,
Anything.
maybe I gotta
Please,
cook for 3
anything.
months. I've got to cook for 3 months so it doesn't look like I just killed off Gojo for no reason. Like,
Yeah,
come on.
exactly.
But yeah. So yeah, thank you so much for listening to the Jumpcast.
I
Listen to
just
episode
did it all.
42.
Yeah.
We hope you enjoyed it, and we hope to hear your guys' thoughts on this series, because we always say every week, we want to hear what you guys have to say. Of course, go to the comments, go to Twitter, go somewhere that we're on.
Blame
and-
us.
Yeah, exactly. Even if we're wrong, just flame us. We're wrong. Gojo somehow wins. Flame us next week for it, please.
That'd be hilarious.
But yeah, thank
I
you
would
so much.
actually be so sad. Sorry.
No, you're good. No, No, I was just thinking of like, oh my god, that'd be hilarious to see. But yeah, so thank you so much for listening. We will see you in 2 weeks' time. Maybe, unless we have something planned for next week, but who knows? So thank you so much for listening. I'm Max, and of course I was joined by
Max.
Nick. Yeah.
So yeah, thank you so much. Have a great 2 weeks. We'll see you again.
See ya.
Yeah.